Hello everybody and welcome back to a new Road to Glory, where we are jumping straight in with wins in Foot Champs at 23 and 7 games to go. So we need to win 6 games and we can have 1 loss to get a week Elite 3 weekly, because last episode we basically balled Elite 3, to be honest with you, and I was absolutely fuming, and I'm sure you guys, or most of you guys, will have watched last episode by now and seen how I got on and seen me talk about the fixed FIFA and all of that rubbish. But it was my own fault. It was my internet's fault, and I just couldn't play, and I lost 3 games in a row. So that wasn't good. But if we win 6 out of 7, we can still get Elite 3. So it's doable, but at this point, very, very unlikely. We do get off to a decent start, though. A nice little cheeky chipped finish from Jonathan Vieira in the 20th minute of the first game. This guy had Hernandez, and he had a bronze striker up front, which is really weird, and he didn't sub him off. I don't know if he's doing some weird Foot Champs challenge where he tries to get like Elite or Gold 1 or something like that with a bronze striker, but that's what he did. Again, nice bit of work from Vieira. Very lucky with it rebounding to Vass, and his shooting is ridiculous. He ain't missing that. Top bins, 33 minute, 2-0, and this is probably going to be win number 1 of 6, so not too shabby. We then get very lucky, nip the ball from him from a free kick, and Griezmann's just in full-on sprint mode. That's Jordan Lukaku tracking him, who is simultaneously the fastest player in this game and also the strongest player in this game. But, well, he couldn't catch Griezmann. The goalkeeper couldn't stop Griezmann. We got very lucky. I tramped it across the goal, and Vieira taps in his second of the game to make it 3-0 in the 42nd minute. So, you guys, some of you guys have started tweeting me. I think was that actually the end of the game? That was the end of the game. Okay, we're jumping straight in to game number 2. We won 3-0. I didn't even bother to edit in the end screen showing that we won 3-0. But we jump into this against this absolute monster of a team with, what a surprise, lone prime Thierry Henry. Wow. Imagine that in Foot Champs, basically every single game. They've either got 3 icons already that they've bought, or they've done Thierry Henry on loan. And this guy had both. He's got prime Rui Costa, who somehow, that wasn't the best defending from me, but I was actively trying to track Rui Costa's run, and I was there, and he just got the ball and kicked it past my defender and the goalie anyway. But this guy was really weird at FIFA. Like, he wasn't bothered about going anywhere near me at all, to the point where I was literally just jogging up the line with Jordi Alba then, and we eventually, nice bit of football. Vass megged him, which is a bit ridiculous. I'd be well annoyed if I was that guy. And then banged it in the bottom corner to make it 1-1 in the 23rd minute. Again, look, I'm literally just jogging down the line, and he doesn't want to come anywhere near me. But then for some reason, Divock Origi, his left striker was at right back, nabbed the ball off me, played it through to Thierry, who plays it back beautifully to Coman. My defenders are sort of falling over each other. Thought I'd got back, just about saved, and it rebounded straight back to Coman, and that was 2-1. My defending wasn't incredible then. I thought I'd done just enough to stop him, but unfortunately hadn't. So desperate times call for desperate measures. We didn't want to be giving up one of our losses already, so we subbed on the lone Cristiano Ronaldo. Whoever sent me that, big shout out to you for that, because you got to be like level 50 to get it, and literally instantly it made a difference, because, you know, this game is just pay to win in it, really, let's be honest. I've got myself a 200k team, and all I ever play against in Foot Champs is multi-million coin teams with multiple icons and all stuff like that. And the game is incredibly pay to win, but it's also stupid to lose. So you pay if you want to win, you be stupid if you want to lose, and if you try and do a fake shot with Ronaldo and forget to press one of the buttons, you're probably going to end up conceding when you just pass the ball back to him for absolutely no reason. Yeah, that was good. Pay to win, stupid to lose. And unfortunately, I was stupid. So we lost Ronaldo. Oh, I say Ronaldo, it was literally all me. But we try our very, very best to score a kickoff goal here, as you probably should do every game of FIFA. Go a little bit too wide of Bakambu, and his weak foot resulted in a very weak shot at Neuer, who saves easily with his feet. I go on to attacking. David Luiz, what are you doing, son? Thierry Henry's prime card is obviously going to score. So you got a kickoff counter from my kickoff attempt goal. Very annoying. So this game, so a couple of annoying goals for him. A little bit of a lucky goal for me with the Vass one. And we tried to pay to win, and it didn't really matter, especially when that happens. If I'd have scored that, it would have made it 4-3 in the 89th minute. And realistically, I was never going to win anyway. But at the same time, come on, Cristiano, mate. We're paying to win here, or we're loaning to win. And it's just not working. And then this happened. And we should have had a penalty. And at this point, I'm thinking, Christ, that's twice that we should have had basically a guaranteed goal in 2 minutes when we're 2 goals down. And then we're driving into the box. We cut it back to Griezmann, and I'm thinking that's a goal again. And he's done some weird finish shot. Like, that was maybe my fault. I should have made him take a touch and then hit it. But still, at this point, I'm like, okay, now we should have scored 3 times in the past 2 minutes. And then it comes to Ronaldo again. And maybe we should have scored again, but that was maybe not the best shot. I probably should have fake shotted. Cut back. See, watching this back is really handy. Probably should have fake shotted, cut back inside like that, and hit it, and we get very, very, very lucky again. Eventually, after like 4 attempts that we probably should have scored, we scored the one we probably shouldn't, and it ended up being a game that we lost 4-3, unfortunately. So it was very close. A few ridiculous goals apiece, very even stats there. I think you could see I had a bit more possession, he had a few more shots. It was a very, very tight game. His team was pretty mental. And we go into another game against someone else with a pretty mental team. De Gea, Ronaldo, Prime Del Piero, Bale, Petit, Vidal. It was actually ridiculous. He paused the game, and I think he had Bale and Ronaldo up front, Del Piero, Cam, Vidal, Petit, and Kovacic in centre mid, and obviously 4-1-2-1-2-2 because it's FUT champs. And he actually scored, or I thought he scored, a very nicely worked goal to start this game off. But luckily for me, it was just offside by like the fluff on Ronaldo's chin was how close this one was. Let's have a look if we see this replay again. Linesman doing his job absolutely brilliantly. Ronaldo, okay, it was a little bit more obvious. I don't know why the line is on David Luiz's front leg instead of back leg, but whatever. Ronaldo was offside anyway. And this guy was actually pretty good at FIFA. Changed to obviously the ridiculously good formation, although 4-2-3-1-2 does annoy me a lot more than 4-1-2-1-2-2. Maybe that's because I'm playing it myself, so it counteracts it. It's just about who's better. But he was playing decent. He's got an absolutely mental team. But when I do stuff like this is when I think to myself, Christ, I'm actually quite good at FIFA. And that sounds like me being a bit of a knob, but sometimes, and you'll see in other games, especially as this got later and later, because when I played the 3 games in yesterday's video, it was only like 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and I gave myself loads of time to do like 4 games, have a break, 4 games, have a break, final 2 games, and try and win 7 of them. Or did I need 7? No, I needed 6 out of 10 to get elite, didn't I? So I thought it was basically guaranteed. But I screwed up them 3 playing with lag, and then I had to wait. This is at this point, I think it's about midnight when I was playing, when my ping finally went down. So you will see, as it gets into the other games and gets later and later and later, I do start doing some proper ridiculous stuff. And then it becomes a point where I literally just can't be bothered, to be honest with you. Like, it's 1:30, I just want to go to bed. But in this game, this guy's team was mental. This guy was really good at FIFA. And that first goal, the way I played the 1-2 with Griezmann, knew that I needed to create the space with Bakambu, did the little drag back, played it through. It's stuff like that when you do that and you think, okay, I'm actually decent at FIFA and I could win this game even though this guy's team's mental. And it makes you think, right, let's keep going. And we got a little bit lucky here, but I was always choosing the right finishes with Griezmann and he was always finishing them off, even against De Gea. And we are 3-0 up within 40 minutes. And that little passage of commentary probably does make me sound a little bit like an arse, but you guys know what I mean. Sometimes when you're playing FIFA, nothing goes wrong, nothing goes right, and then other times, everything goes right. Like this guy was just passing the ball around with his super team, his super midfield, and his Petit, and his Prime Del Piero, and his Vidal, and literally just holding the ball. But every time I got the ball, I'd just do something mental where I was like, Christ, that was good, Andy, well played. And just split his defence apart with like ball rolls or drag backs and stuff, and then he'd just get a little bit jammy, and obviously as Ronaldo's going to finish it off. So 3-1. 60th minute, I did start to get a little bit nervous, I'm not going to lie, because his team is mental. Like, even Alaba's better at going forward than half of my players. And he's literally just hoofing it into Ronaldo's feet, giving it to Bale, and there's not a lot that you can do unless you've got icons yourself. And at this point, I can't afford them, but I can afford a lone 9 goal, and that someone's given me, and a Timo Werner to sub on. So 9 goal with some beautiful work across the box, and Werner into the top bins with his weak foot. Makes it 4-1. At this point, I'm getting a little bit overexcited and celebrating like a bit of a knob, but he's got a super team. We're beating him 4-1 in the 75th minute, and my nerves have nicely calmed down now, and I'm feeling... When he scored 3-1, he's 1 goal away from me crapping myself, and you know, like, he's 1 goal away from 3-2. Like, that sounds obvious, but he did get it. And the only thing about that goal is when he got the ball over Ronaldo and shot, he knew it didn't need to go in. He just needed to kick it at my goalie to parry for one of his players to tap in. But it doesn't matter. We won 4-2 But if that had happened at 3 to me, then I would have been properly pooing my pants for the rest of the game. But because we scored that 4th one with Werner, we were doing all right. So 2 out of 2 so far. Pretty good. Is it 2 out of 2? Did we lose one? Am I going mental? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, of course we did, because it was that guy where he had Henry on loan, and yeah, okay. Anyway, this guy's team is mental. 3 icons and Ronaldo, and he changed it to that 4-2-3-1 absolute horror show. I needed to win all 4 of these games. So basically that loss against the guy with Henry on loan was my loss, and I need to win every single game. He scored with Del Piero in the first minute, and then just cut a very, very long story short. I wasn't, like, look at my defending here. David Luiz just running past the ball. I just wasn't playing properly, to be honest with you. Like, the difference in my play from this game, I know it's 5-0, and to be honest, 5-0 was maybe a little bit flattering to the eye, but he was pretty good at FIFA and his team was mental, but I just wasn't playing at all. I had chances to score. I missed them. He didn't miss his, and I just couldn't be arsed, to be honest with you. And I just rage quit. So that was the end of my elite hopes. But it was at this point that I realised I've got 3 games left, and I'm 3 wins away from Elite 2 monthly. So I'd already got Elite 3. But I think you get an extra 3 cards, 3 red cards for getting into Elite 2. And we come up once again against the guy with 3 icons. He's got the original 3 prime icons, SBC Promise, and then a pretty whack Premier League team. We started off with a very early goal from Griezmann. At this point, I had a little bit of... So that other game, I just got into Gold 2. I was like, yes, we've got Gold 2. We need to win every single game to get Elite 3. Realistically, it's probably not going to happen. It's 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was just playing a bit stupid. But then I realised if I win all 3 of these, I get Elite 2 monthlies, and I get an extra 3 red cards. And I was like, okay, maybe we should try. And to be honest, I wasn't trying that hard. But we scored 2 very early goals against this guy, and I was like, okay, we should probably take this a little bit more seriously. He scores an absolute banger with Promise in the 40th minute to make it 2-1. But luckily for me, in the 45th minute, a little bit of scripting. Nah, scripting definitely isn't. But scripting's kind of a thing, but it's not really. Like, I think shot error is toned down in the 45th minute, but it's never written into the game that you're going to score in the 45th minute. But anyway, that icon Schmeichel, the prime one, is apparently absolutely tragic, and having played against him here, I would say he's pretty bad. That was 3-1, and at this point I was actually actively trying to win and trying to smash this guy. Nice little ball round the corner from Griezmann, knocks it across to Cambo, and like I said, I'm playing sweaty, I'm trying, we score a tramp goal 4-1. So at this point, it was, like I said, 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that at this point, but I'd kind of, as sleepy as I was, I'd kind of got my head back into the game. I was like, okay, let's at least try and see if we can get all 3 wins to get into Elite 2 and get the extra few monthly cards. We get a little bit of luck along the way as well. That ball deflecting to Vass. He plays a nice 1-2 with Bakambu. A huge touch, but just about gets there and dinks it over the goalkeeper. I've got no idea where that giant first touch thing comes from, but whenever your attackers get the ball and their first touch is on the edge of your box, on the edge of your opponent's box, I should say, it's always absolutely massive. I don't know if it's like a thing they've put in the game to like stop so many goals, but if ever you play a through ball and you're running through on goal, like 50% of the time, someone like this, that's a sick finesse shot from Lallana, fair play to make it 5-2, but at this point it doesn't really matter, 5-2 in the 83rd minute. But like I was saying, the first touches, like half the time, are ridiculous. Like players like Griezmann, who's got insane dribbling, taking a 5-yard first touch on the edge of the box, and then the keeper just sweeps it up. But we won, and we come up once again against this prime icon, Peter Schmeichel. A very sweaty Premier League team to go with it. Martial, Jesus, Mkhitaryan, Bakayoko. You can only imagine what this guy is going to do, and obviously, like, I've mentioned this a lot, and at the moment it actually kind of helps me out as well, because I'm sure you guys will have seen that Vass starts camp and Vieira starts left centre mid to give Jordi Alba chemistry because he's next to David Luiz. So people pausing it and changing the teams actually doesn't bother me too much, because it allows me to move Vieira to camp and drop Vass back to centre mid. And it also allows this guy to move Anthony Martial to striker up front with Jesus and put Mkhitaryan in camp. Brilliant. Just what you want. So we start off in this game, and my head's in the game. Yes, we're going to win. Okay, we're going to play properly. And then I don't really know what I was doing there, to be honest. It's my kickoff goal. And this guy with... It's basically a very extended kickoff goal. He does well. That trigger dribbling with Mkhitaryan was pretty nice. Knocks it into Jesus. He's knocking the ball around nicely in a very tight space. I think, if I remember properly, this guy was insanely good at holding LT and just spinning on the spot, keeping the ball and banging it bottom bins with Mkhitaryan, which was very, very annoying in the 3rd minute. So having come into this game, like, okay, we're going to play serious. We conceded in the 3rd minute, and I was like, oh, for Christ's sake, it's 1:30 in the morning. Can we not? But I think this is why it took me so long to kick off. I was giving myself a little bit of a mental pep talk, being like, okay, come on, Andy, you might be knackered, but at least try. So try to me was just sprint at his goal with Bakambu, and that's exactly what we did. And for some bizarre reason, we got a penalty. Like, that was no different to that Ronaldo challenge. If anything, the Ronaldo one was worse a couple of games ago. But the ref gave me a penalty for that one, so whatever. I'll take a penalty. Cheers, Bailey, from a kickoff. So all that's happened so far is both of us have attempted kickoff goals. I've had 2 goals and he's had 1. He's scored one and I've got a pen. And his Schmeichel saved my pen. Bakambu runs to get the ball and runs it out for a bloody goal kick. So it wasn't my day. We're then trying to go on a nice little attack with Griezmann. Lay it off, I think, to Jonathan Vieira. Nice bit of trigger dribbling. Knock it into Griezmann. And we actually got very lucky that the ball came back to him. But the back heel was just like, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point. Like, watching this back, it's just, I can just tell that I'm half asleep when I'm playing these games. Like, why am I running towards the ball constantly? Why are all my players out of position? It's just terrible defending and a ridiculous finish from Gabriel Jesus. Courtois fuming, probably at me for that tragic defending. I just couldn't be bothered. I just quit. I just couldn't be bothered. Like, at 1:30 in the morning, the Elite 2 rewards weren't worth enough for me to stay up till 2 a.m. Looking back, if I could play them games now, I'd definitely play better. I'd probably win them. I'd definitely make myself carry on and play that game out, because you can definitely come back from 2-0 down, but it was half on. You make stupid decisions when you're tired, and I couldn't be bothered. I quit. I activated my squad battle rewards and jumped in, and I think we got, was it gold 2? We got like 13k coins and a couple of packs. I think a 15k pack and a 25k pack, or a 7.5k pack and a 25k pack, or something like that. And I just wanted to pack something good to make myself feel better. We started off with Farfan, which wasn't great. Well, I say it wasn't great. It's absolutely tragic, to be perfectly honest with you. But it was literally like 1:30 in the morning at this point, and I just couldn't be bothered. I just wanted to get my rewards opened, go to bed, and I could only imagine I'm just sleepily staring at this Farfan in tears at this point, because I didn't even bother to skip the pack. So that was Farfan. We got ourselves a couple of non-rares, quite a few non-rares as well. A rare fitness. Come on, Sleepy Andy, move along. Some squad fitnesses, centre mid to CDM, a couple of useless chemistry styles, a pink Scotland kit, and yeah, that was about it. Just stick all of that rubbish in my club. And then we got a premium gold players pack, which is a 25k pack, 12 players, 10 gold, 3 rare. Let's see what we can get. And I say what can we get because you guys already know. We've got a board. Is it a walkout? Yes, it is. That's the title of this video. It's a German walkout. It's a cam. It's Arsenal. It's Mesut Ozil. There we go. Our highest rated, most expensive pull of this series coming in. 88 rated. Premier League cam. Centre attacking mid. Walkout German. They are all of the stats things of. They are all the attributes of a Mesut Ozil. Looking good in his stand up to cancer kit. And apparently worth about 30,000 coins. So that is absolutely awesome. We'll be selling Mesut on. We'll be racking up some coins in our coin total. We've got at the moment 46k. We've got to sell Ozil for like 30. We've got to sell Varane for like 30. So we should have about 100k to play with. Maybe do some investments. Maybe do some trading with it. We can trade with some bigger players. And try and build up a few 100,000 coins to get our next huge signing, which is probably going to be maybe an icon CDM or an icon defender, because they actually do my nutting. The amount of primary or Ferdinands or just anyone that I played against icons at the back, apart from that Schmeichel, it just requires no skill to defend with them. Basically, you just let them do it and they're just sick and they do it for you. So I want to be able to defend without actively doing anything. I want my team to be sick. So I'm probably going to buy we might get an icon centre attacking mid, depending if Vieira gets a inform and gets that card boosted up. But that's what we're looking at. We got ourselves Elite 3 monthly, so that's going to be on Thursday. That's going to be sick. We get 12 red cards. We got gold one once again weekly. Fully bottled Elite this week, like absolutely tragic. If we'd have done what we done last week, we would have got 30 out of 40. But we fully bottled Sunday. Mostly because of my own internet, and then from there my head was just gone and we had to play too late, and it doesn't really matter. We got Elite monthly, which is what the big thing we wanted from this week, and hopefully we can get a little bit lucky in our 100k packs. But Mesut Ozil, that was solid. That was going to leave today's episode. We packed our biggest player. we got our elite and our gold one. I will take it for now. I hope you guys are still enjoying this series. If you are, please do smash a like. Remember to subscribe if you're new around here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.